Hey everybody, how's it going today out there in the big wide world? I'm going to tilt this up a little bit. Sorry, moving you around. Here we go. So today's video is sponsored by Jesse James Beads. Thanks Jesse James for sponsoring my love of DIY jewelry and teaching it to all of you. I put some of their new collection pieces up in the background on my wall. This is a great way to create sort of like a, if you're looking to sort of, like you have some pieces and you're not exactly sure what you're gonna do with them, a good way to sort of get some design ideas is just to pin them to a bulletin board or a wall. It's kind of like a vision board or a jewelry collage, but you can just kind of move colors and parts around and just kind of think about them. It's also a good way to not forget that you have them. So I went ahead and I put a bunch of parts and pieces from the new Into the Woods collection. Hi, Linda Davis. Hi, Susie. Who's here? Hi, Cheryl. Good. Hi, Simone, Joan, Sandy, Debbie, we missed you the other night. Miranda, hi. Hi, Christine. Two Christines in a row. Christine with a K and Christine with a C. Hi, Pam. It's good to see all of you. Thanks, Sandy Kirshner. This top is kind of, I just got it at our little boutique. Whoa. Simone, I saw that. I'm going to figure that out. And it's kind of just a like comfy shirt, and then I liked how the back this has like some metallic stitching in it. I just thought I needed it. It's kind of a shirtin of sorts, like a little bit of a curtain when you go like this, but it's also a shirt. Then I got my old tried and true boots on. I bought so many cowboy boots because I got a really great deal on them when I was down in Knoxville, because I'm going on a show called Make It Artsy, and I'm going to teach how to embellish cowboy boots, make the fringe and all of that with Sizzix. So I loaded up on some cowboy boots. Super fun. Hi, Mary. Thanks, Aaron. You guys, good to see you. So today's show, I mentioned it right out of the gate, is sponsored by jessejamesbeads.com. I just got the most delightful box of components from the Into the Woods collection. If you're familiar with it, you know that it comes in 3 gorgeous colorways. If you're not familiar with it, it comes in 3 gorgeous colorways that are all your favorite, like earthy fall tones. I made this necklace last week with some of the Into the Woods pieces. I finished up the ends and I added some little glass crystal-like beads. And I also changed the height of the beads so that they're a little bit more tapered. There's Sarah James. Sarah, why aren't you coming in under the Jesse James Beads handle? Oh, good, Aaron Maxwell. I'm glad you're liking the holiday collection. Hi, LaDonna. I hate it when the video freezes. But if your video is freezing, it might be because your equipment is old. So you might want to update your cable connections or whatever you're watching this on. There you are. So, okay. Today we're going to make a choker. It's not really a choker. It's going to be more of a short necklace. The other day I had a necklace on with a big long tassel in front. And I got a lot of compliments on it. And so I thought we'd make our own. And I just want to pop you off of the tripod and just show you some of the components Sarah sent from jessejamesbeads.com. There, it's coming into focus. This is actually a pendant separately. But you can, I was looking at this, and this has a large hole bell. You could work that in, and it would space out just fine with these new, kind of an emerald hunter green acrylic beads. Here's some same idea in tortoise. We're going to use these shell beads today with these fringes. And then we've got a bunch of new pendants. Check out this guy. This is a fun one. You guys like these. Really beautiful with all the movement. See that? This is pretty good size too. See, it fits in my hand. Okay. And then some new bear beads. I use these all the time to knot. So if you like knotting, you can knot those really well. They're like a stone bead, almost like a faux jade. And then the mini mixes, of course. I have the 3 colorways here. You can see it's like Midnight Dreamscape, the Mystic Forest, Setting into the Sun. So these are great. If you look at how big these are, look, it's just a cute little mix. It's like candy, actually. Okay, good. And then here's some of these little, these are like crystal-like leaves. These would be so great as earrings, you guys, because when you hold them up to the light, look how reflective they are. Aren't those pretty? And she's got them in like different colors too, like purpley plum, amber, and a gray is what I got. And they all come packaged like this, which I love because you can see them, but it's not going to bang around in shipping and mess up the crystal finish, you know? Okay, and then some new gemstone links. These are hot everywhere. You need some. You can make earrings all day with them. Some shell feathers. We're also going to use those today. Here's the big leather tassels that we're going to work into a necklace. And then there's all kinds of new gemstone pendants. I love these. These are heavy duty. Whoa. Heavy duty, nice weight, and just lots of texture. The thing that I love about this collection is, and oh, I can't forget these little shell links. I wanted these. I love these. Aren't these cute? They're radiant little shell bird links. You could make big earrings with these, or you could make just a cute little pendant. But the thing that I was talking to Sarah about is, I said, I think the thing about these collections is we already love how much Jesse James Beads puts their beads on the strands. And now with these collections, like the Mermaid collection and the Into the Woods collection, now you have components that you can pull together and just trust that they're all going to go perfectly together. So, are you guys ready to make a necklace? LaDonna, you're not the only one that can wear, isn't into gold. If you want silver, what I would recommend is you get some of the silver patina paint and dry brush it on there. And then you can have the piece lean silver. Just a tip. That's what I'd do. So I need to scoot some of this stuff out of the way and put my bead mat down. Do you guys use bead mats, or do you use bead boards, or what do you like? Oh, good to know, Kathy. Thank you. I'm going to try to get the angle here a little bit better. So don't worry. The air conditioner is out of the way, finally. I need my clasp and my findings so I don't forget those. And I think I'm going to work with the Mystic Forest today collection. It's really hard to choose. Can I just tell you that? It's very, very hard to choose which one to use, but I think that's going to be my thing today. So we're also going to work with these shells, and don't worry, I'll get it closer, but I want to just kind of get the things laid out. So we got Mystic Forest, shell fringe. For the longest time, like these shells, it was like, what do you do with these? Like, I don't understand. Anybody else feel like that with these? They're cool, I love them, but it's like, how do those work into a design? And so today, we're going to mess around with that. I'm also just going to use, I had this purple wire again handy, so I'm going to use it. A lot of my tools are still in the car from the Knoxville trip. And this is just going to be a short fringe collar. I'm going to wire wrap the feather onto the top. I just wanted to make sure I liked all my elements. Sandy's asking, what's the major difference in the inspiration mixes and the strands? One is the kind of beads on the strand. The inspiration mixes are, let me grab one. The inspiration mixes have a lot more, let me pull one of these out. Like, I feel like, and Sarah, maybe you should answer this, but this is going to have your like deluxe beads in it. Okay, you've got like this crystal one, these really nice pave ones, this metal spacer rondelle, the crystal metal, big chunky glass, and really a lot of glass. This one has a much more wider variety of textures. The type of beads used to it, you might find some acrylic in there. There's some little coconut shell. It's just a totally different kind of mix. And the scale in my opinion, is a little bit bigger. But I just saw something that I want to show you. In this color palette, which is the Mystic Forest, look, there's a big feather charm tucked in here. Isn't that nice? I think I better keep that out. I might want to use it. So that's kind of the difference. Deluxe beads on the strand, like fancy pants beads on the strands. I always say that the inspiration mixes are kind of like the humble filler beads. You know, you can stretch out a necklace with those and it'll still look really good. And then these mini mixes are super tiny baby glass beads, like super tiny. And the design elements are the next size up from the, thank you, Sarah, from the mini mixes. They're like, I call the earring size. But these, Sarah and I have been begging for these. These are going to be great to put in between your delicate braid, like create a bracelet with these, create a multi-strand. You can knot with these. So I'm going to keep these handy to use as spacers. So that, in a nutshell, is sort of how I see the varied mixes. So, okay, I'm first going to cut open this piece of shell, and I can't, for the most part, tell if it's, I don't think it's graduated in scale, so I'm just going to use it as it comes. I'm going to try to get this as close as I possibly can. Me, Faye, get around. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, and I'm going to scoot this bead mat down a little bit more. That's pretty good. Not bad. Okay. All right. So now, okay, I'm just kind of looking at these, you guys, just to sort of lay out how long this is going to be. That's the first part. And you can use these just like they are off of the strand. Or what we're going to do today is mix them with these tiny mini mix beads in between. The other thing I want to do is get my tassel ready. So I actually think I'm going to start with that so that I can string it first, work up one side, and then work the other side. So the first thing you want to do is sort of make it so you can hang it. I like this flat spot on the tassel, but I kind of want to work in, you guys think we should use the shell tassel? Do you like the shell tassel, or shell feather, I mean, or the green tassel feather? Why do I keep saying, I got tassels on the brain. This, each one kind of does something different. This one pulls in this green mix more, and this one pulls in the outside shell more. This one's way more subtle. So you say green or shell, and I'll know. Either way, we have to prep the tassel so that it's going to hang nicely. So the next thing I'm going to do is attach 2 jump rings. And the reason I use 2 at the top is so that the piece doesn't toggle. And it gives it a little bit more substantial weight. You guys like your color. Oh, everybody's saying green. Okay, green it is. All right. Okay, so first thing, attach 2 jump rings to the top. This also drops it down when we string it, so it's not going to be all uptight in the shell. But see how 2 just thickens up your connection point, okay? I might even use 3. The other thing we need to do is string or thread a jump ring through the loop on the feather. So I'm going to put 3 jump rings on that guy, and then I'm also going to attach a tiny feather to a tiny jump ring to a feather. So I may just have to dump these guys out so I can get the one I want. Does anybody else have a random scrap bag of jump rings? I really feel like they're necessary. You got to have these little random jump ring pieces. This one's pretty tiny. I'm guessing it's a 5mm, but what we're going to do is that makes it so that I can wrap my wire around and secure that piece in. You can do this to all kinds of your creations. Like you could do this technique with a grouping of chain, with a grouping of seed beads, but what I like to do is just wrap this, thread the feather onto the jump ring, and then I'm going to hold it right where I want it And then I'm just going to wrap it. This is also going to add a little extra security, you know, to your tassel piece. Okay. And then I'm coming back through it again. And you're just going to pull. And basically we're just kind of stitching this to the tassel part with wire. But you know, it's no surprise, like it's just fun to layer these components together. You know, you can layer anything. So then you can see how that just bumps it up just a little bit and breaks up all of this tassel. You can use it alone too. It just depends on how fancy you want to get, you know. So the next thing I'm going to do is wrap below. And then just pull that wire as snug as I can. And trim the back. And then I'm going to get my flat nose pliers and give it just a little like crimp so that those wires are getting buried down in the leather. All right. And that's it. Okay. So I've got my little wire wrapped tassel feather piece. Okay. All right, good. So somebody just said they like that idea. Jean, you're asking what's in the basket? I ain't got nothing in the basket. I took it all out. I'm going to put all these pendants in the basket so I don't knock them off onto the floor. These pretty? That's what's in the basket now. And one arrowhead one. These are all from Jesse James Beads. Pretty cool, right? And you can, these baskets are now for sale on the website. You can have your own if you want. All right, so now here's the tricky part. I always like to, it's nice to have the pendant ready to roll because now you can string your beads. And I'm actually thinking I need some of these bear beads in here because it's just like, they're so cool. So, and these almost look like, these shell beads almost look like these are like bear claws, you know, so it kind of goes. So I'm gonna just start like this and string a bead from the mini mix, and then a bear, and then I'm gonna string another bead from the mini mix. Yeah, this is good. And then, or no, I want to put these red ones in. Here we go. I'm already like getting off topic. Supposed to be using these fringes. Okay, and I think if you have some metal spacers that you can work in, that would be good. I'm gonna change this yet again and work in these neutrals instead. Sorry, you're going on the design ride. I'll hold this up in a minute. It's just sometimes you just like, when you're talking and stringing, you can end up doing something you wish you wouldn't have. Okay. And then now, another gold bead, and I've got a cool little focal to my side. See these bear beads? They're good, right? Nice and light. All right, so now we'll start stringing the shell pieces. They're testing the emergency broadcasting system. I heart baskets to conceal my randomness. I don't know what you're talking about, Sandy. Only buy 15 every time we go to the Dollar Tree. So now I'm just gonna hold this up and you can see how these beads can work together like so. And then I think you need to add in something that ties in your feather. These are some little droppies. These are cute. How about that? And then keep stringing your shell beads. And I'm stringing them in sections of 5 because I don't want them to go crazy, like flipping or spinning. This is going to be a really pretty piece, like I can already tell. And you could do a short necklace with this or make it long, obviously. But just in case. Let's see. And then just decide, watch your spacing. You've got these bears going up here. You want to decide, like, am I ready for this? Is it too soon? Do I want to add a little wood spacer? Well, I need to keep 2 wood spacers for my for my bears. On the other side, how about some sparkle? More green. But this is just one of those projects that you can see how mixing in the, oh, look at these big guys. Mixing and matching the components together, you get a really nice, these are the ones I want. I want these. You can get a really easy pattern going. Look at this. Like, do I even need the tassel? I don't know, you know? Look how pretty this is. Also with these, you want to make sure that they're going to be laying where the chest is, or else they're going to flip. I've got a stubborn one. You should probably hold these up together before, but I'm okay with it. It's kind of fringy. Here comes that train. This is just really fun. I'm going to add a couple more, and then I'm going to string the feather pendant. Okay. And it's kind of nice to use beads that on either side of your jump rings that are a little bit bigger, so that you don't, the jump rings can't jump over the, yeah, like that. Jump over the piece. That's so annoying when that happens. And I got lucky on these two shells because they kind of curve outwards. This is a wild piece. And you know what? It's really good for me because I don't make green pieces that much, so I'm glad to have the opportunity to make something green. I feel like this is just in time for my Thanksgiving outfit. I was just talking to Sarah while I was getting ready for this video, and I admitted to her that I bought 2 sequin skirts this week. my little secondhand store that I went to, I said, how much is this skirt? She's like, $10, and I was like, dunsies. I'll take it. So now I have my Christmas outfits, and I like to wear more fancy sequin-y clothes when I'm working on the road. So I got Tucson. 2 more outfits secured for Tucson, Sarah. We like fancy things. Okay, so now I'm gonna scoot over beads. Now I need to sort of, this is where my OCD comes into play. I want to kind of match up these 2 sides so that it looks like they go together. So I need a short one, a medium-sized one. You guys having a good day? There's a lot to be thankful for. Counting your blessings. I've been trying to, but I forget sometimes. I won't lie. Oh, this one needs to be a little bigger. Okay, one more big one, and then a short one, or a medium-sized one. Make sure they're curved the same way. Don't try to pay attention to that. That's what's going to give your design that flow that you like. Okay, now I need a green drop and a bunch of short beads. So, got my short ones. And this thing is coming together fast. Does anybody else think that? 2. Three. I love this piece. This is like my kind of jewelry though. Like if you don't like a little bit wild, a little free spirit. One time I made this big necklace for Beadalon and it had a ginormous fang on it, and Yvette over at Beadalon and I still laugh about it. It had like the most like huge fang on it. But I got the fang at Hobby Lobby. It wasn't like I found it like in the middle of the wilderness and made a pendant out of it. But it was so funny. She was like, that's gonna scare people. I was like, Yvette, it's me. Like, anyway. Some of these beads, I want to make sure that my purple wire isn't going to show through. You know what I mean? So I got to be a little careful. Okay, because it is a natural material, it's very hard to find these. Okay, here we go. Now, what should we do? I'm going to hold this up. Should I hold it up to Aunt Jane? Oh, take some of this off. Uh-oh. Hold, please. There we go. I'll hold it up so you can see. I really love this kind of jewelry. I really do. If I do say, look at this. This is beautiful. Should we make it long? One side's done more, sorry. I kind of want it short. I'm gonna do it short, guys. My Revenant necklace, you're right, with the bear. It can be long too. It could be down here if you want it down. I think it needs to be like this. I'm gonna wear it with my fur vest. Fur vests are everywhere. You can find those too in the secondhand stores, or get an old fur jacket and cut off the sleeves. I'm like doing some, yeah, short's good, right? I was doing some homework for some boots. I agree, Linda Davis, just a hair longer. I was looking for some fur for some boots because I'm gonna make some like big fur leg warmers. And a lady on YouTube had cut off the sleeves of a fur coat and made her own leg warmers. Her name's J Baby. If you ever look her up, she on YouTube. She's really funny to watch, but I was like, I am so gonna do that. Because I got all those cowboy boots and I was like, I really want to add some fur to a pair of this for myself. And I was like, how do you make fur leg warmers? So I started doing some homework. There's all kinds of tutorials on how to make fur leg warmers. And that J Baby's real funny when she's like doing her demonstration, because she's like, okay, ladies. This is so funny. Like, okay, ladies, get it together. She had her act together. It was funny. Okay, so now I'm just adding some more of the Into the Woods beads. And where's the hole on this one? Some of the holes on the clay beads are stubborn. Wait, bead cap. And don't worry, I'll put a picture up of this guy after it's done because I know it's hard to see what I'm doing. Need to bring back some of the shell, the green shell that I used around the piece. So I'm stringing fast here, but I'm using these smaller beads, so it's taking me a little bit longer than I think it should because I'm not used to using these mini mixes Jesse James beads. I really love them. Anything goes at this point. Just string your heart out, you know? Carla, I like some fur leg warmers. Sarah can vouch for that. I like Fringe leg warmers. I like fur leg warmers. I like fancy show clothes. It's fun to wear like costumes. I guess is what it would be called. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up for you in a minute. This is just beautiful, Sarah. Some of these beads, I gotta tell you, are over the top cool. Hang on a second. I'm gonna tuck this little guy in. And then another tiny one. I know you're being patient right now and I appreciate it. But I'll finish one half of the necklace and then finish the other half so that you can just basically get the gist of it. Anything goes at this point. Look at these stone beads. This is good. Okay, Simone, have a good rest of your day. Simone says her battery's dying. It happens to the best of us. And then for these bead caps, instead of using them to frame up beads, I'm just using them in the same direction every time. So by that I mean I'm just stringing them and they're just always facing down. This is the beauty of just simple stringing. You can do it however you want, but this is the little section I've been working on. Look at that. I think you'll be able to, let me take the thing off the, well, first let me check the fit if I like, yeah, I'm done stringing that side. So I'll just set this up like so, and you can tell me what you think of it. But you don't have to think when you string these mixes, which I really love. Just put whatever your favorite beads are next to the last one and then just keep going. I think I'll end with that guy. And then if you want to make matching earrings, let's talk about that real fast. Get yourself some like 22 gauge wire, because 20 is not going to go through that, and just make some little wraps and hang them off the end of chains and do a triple, you know, like 3 of those together to make some really nice fringy earrings. Sarah, remind me I said that and I'll make us some. Do you have any questions? Whoops. Hold on a second. Look at that. Here's my little bears. And here's just my little mix of strung pieces. Thank you, Sarah. More tassel, less hassle. These little pressed glass beads are so pretty. And then it goes into fringy fringe. But you can see just using these little side drilled beads just break up the line really nice and keep that kind of couture look going. You know, you've got all this natural surfaces, and then it's like these beads, the glass faceted, these little diamond cut spacers. That's what's going to keep your jewelry fancy. If you want it more earthy, use more of the wood beads and more of these matte, you know, brown beads. Just depends on your style. But I have a feeling if we're friends over here, you like that earthy sparkle. Yeah, I'll take a tassel with a side of tassel, please. So this is the necklace. I'm going to pin it up on Aunt Jane here. You guys can tell me what you think, okay? Speaking of tassels, can I just one more, just an encore presentation of this guy? This is the one I did on Jewelry Television this week. Let me take off this one. So many necklaces, so little time. Look at this guy. This is a large hole Jesse James bead. And I just threaded a bunch of strands of this delicate chain through. Thank you, Sarah. And I folded the long chain pieces over, and then I just wire wrapped them and then squished really hard with my flat nose pliers. You guys, we all have those large hole charm beads laying around. This is a way you can use them. The chain takes up a little bit of space. You put a couple rondelles on the side or whatever to smush in there, and it's a brand new, you know, tassel. It's got a great look to it, don't you think? Just saying, if I am saying so myself, and I am. Okay. Whoa, Nellie. Whoa, Nellie. Whoa, Nellie. Let me try to get you on. Oh, are you still there? Okay, so let's pin this thing up to Aunt Jane. I'll lift you up here a little bit. Oh, that's what the problem is. One of my tripod legs came undone. Like, what is going on here? You just never know. Yeah, Susie says such a great idea with that large hole bead tassel. It's really like any of those charm beads should work, because the holes are like what, like this big? So be a smart ass there, but really, like you should be able to fit a few chains. I've got 4. And everybody gets those chains from time to time, or you have some in your stash and you only needed it to make a quick project, and you have like this, because this delicate chain, it's like, what do you do with that really? Like, just saying. You layer it up and you make a tassel necklace. Okay. Of course I don't have any bead stoppers. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this up so I don't need a bead stopper. Do you guys know the trick where if you don't have a bead stopper, all you do is thread your bead on like that and then loop the wire back through the bead like that, and that acts as a pretty secure stopper. I don't want to jinx myself, but let's see what we've got going on here. That's right. Okay, that's pretty good. Not bad at all. And then, hold on a second, not finished. Not finished at all. I'm just gonna tie this in a knot because I can. I have plenty of room. But what you do then, if you wanna wear this bad boy out, is, let me get it centered and show you some other, get all these pins. Aunt Jane's been busy. So this piece, and also like this tassel would make for a great bag charm too. If you need a quick gift to make, hang a bunch of charms and tassels with this, because look how, well, I hung mine up. But if you look, this one is like really, this is a big tassel. It's as big as my head. But you can make these like bag embellish, hang some chain and some beads and make some really pretty bag embellishments. That's one of the projects I'm doing for an upcoming TV shoot at the beginning of December. It's called Make It Artsy. I'm going to show how to make big bag tassels. What am I looking for? This right here. So then once you get your piece done, then you grab some of the new brass chain, or you could go copper, probably brass, and you put this with your necklace like this, and then you don't have to stop here. You can then grab the tiger, well, you could go either direction. You could grab the blue, or if you want to stay in the natural browns. 2 trains today. Two trains. Then you can also grab this tiger eye chain because it's connected with brass as well. And you can add this whole layer look. I like to make these chains, you could connect it all together, but really how I prefer to wear these, I feel like this one, I'm going to try just one different one. This one's fine enough, it would work, but what you want to do when you're working with these chains is just connect them with jump rings and just make a bunch of them, and then when you're wearing your jewelry you can just change out the layers all day long. I want to try this one just for fun. Look at this new flower chain. I think I might like it better because this yeah, that's better. This is a little bit more feminine chain. You can bust it up really easily and put beaded links in it, but this could be fun with this kind of, the necklace with the teeth kind of has some hard edges to it. So by mixing it with this flower chain and the feathers, gives you a nice natural look. If you ever come to the Jesse James Beads booth, this is what I do all day long. I layer chains, I make necklaces, and I work on a mannequin just like this so that you can kind of see how I design. When I make my statement jewelry, this is how I like to work. And it's a lot of fun, and we stand around and talk. Yeah, the flower chain is also Jesse James Beads. Here we go. I feel like that one's a little bit, this is better. This flower chain's better than that big loopy chain. The big loopy chain, if the loops were a little tinier, it would have been okay, but it was overpowering our focal. And then this delicate tiger eye chain snaps right in. So you get the idea. The tiger eye works well with the wood, the copper, glass beads, and it's a complementary color because orange and blue are a complement to each other on the color wheel. This tiger eye works so well with the green because it's kind of a orangey and a kind of a blue green, so it works in color theory. Not to get all heavy, but yeah, that is beautiful. Okay, so I want to just give you a close-up. Do you like this? What do you think? You like this look together? Talk about costume. Sign me up. Thanks for the hearts and the thumbs up. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Yeah. I don't know. Sarah, is the chain by the foot? Yeah, this is just a funky little piece. But honestly, girls, just like when you make your layering chains, just put like a pretty jump ring or a pretty clasp, vocal clasp on them. And then you can like mix and match these all day long with your statement jewelry. And it's those layers that are gonna bump up your outfits. Same shirt, change up your jewelry. This is, you know, focal jewelry. These flowers are cute on both sides. You can embed some crystals in this side and make some earrings, you know? Oh, my brain. Slow it down, Cooper. Okay, I'm gonna turn this around. Here it is. There she is. How long did that take us? About 45 minutes? Thank you, Sarah. Sarah says I nailed it. Oh, I accidentally flipped it around. Sorry. There we go. Okay. And here, like, see these little crystals? Or, I mean, this is where I was talking about with the crystals. You could just drop some little flatbacks down there with some epoxy, and they'd make the cutest earrings, you know, and you'd have double-sided earrings. Okay. Don't forget, like if you're trying to thicken up a connection, look like this tassel is so heavy, we needed to bulk up the connection, so you use 3 jump rings. Sarah, you sell the twisted wire still too, don't you? Actually, all this is from Jesse James Beads. I'm real proud of that too, Sarah. 100% Jesse James Beads. Honestly, you could string this piece on a neck cable and just call it a day if you wanted. But these shell beads, this is fun. Wear it with like just a solid top. I'm excited about this. And then just like, look at all this texture. I'm gonna turn the mannequin because the light's better. Those bear beads, seriously, if you knot them, so fun. And all these little drop beads to change the line. I gotta still crimp all this together, but you get the idea. And here's what I was talking about with those bead caps, where they're always facing down. Okay. And I still have how many shell beads? Like, look at all these shell beads I have left over. So I can definitely make my tassel earrings and probably a whole nother necklace. Okie doke. Yeah, that feather came out of this pack. Isn't that pretty? Talk about matching earrings or pendants. Look at that shell piece. You could use that, or coconut piece. You could use the coconut piece and hang the feather off of it. Oh, I could belong to you girls about design ideas all day. All right, Debbie Rogers, what did I have? So I got to get back in jewelry design. This is so pretty. Thank you, Debbie Rogers. All right, Sarah's posting links. Oh yeah, you know what? I just saw that in Bead Fest. I'll be teaching at Bead Fest Santa Fe and back in the Bead Fest like show in Philadelphia in April. You know what? That's it's not Bead Fest, you're right. And we were thinking about it, but we feel like it's like almost too much with the Santa Fe show, with me being in Santa Fe the month before. It's I'm not sure. They invited me to teach, which I was really honored about, but it feels like too much for the spring. Wild and beautiful, Colleen Short says. I agree with that statement. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, you guys, go check out the Into the Woods collection over on Jesse James Beads. Make sure you're signed up for their newsletter, because Sarah and I are plotting a lot of blog posts, and that's where you'll get those blog posts delivered to your door every day. Christine's asking, are the small drop beads sold separately? No, those are from the mini mix pack. JJB is out of control with too many to choose from. Sandy Kirshner, we like to keep your bead drawers full. We know what we're doing. We like for you to have options. I love this, like this little combo. I made this on Jewelry Television the other day, this knotted necklace. This is all knotted. This is what I'm talking about with those bear beads. You can knot them all day long. I thought this was pretty good. How about them apples? With my shirt and it's good. And these butterfly beads are from the End of the Woods collection. All of these are from the End of the Woods collection. How did I end this guy? Sandy Kirshner, is that what you're asking? This guy is ended just with an overhand knot. I cheat a lot. And I just connect it right to the chain. Just like so. Because I just want to do the knotting part, the fun part. I don't want to mess with a bunch of findings at the end of the chain. And I feel like with that whole, I kind of love that primitive connected look with my jewelry, so it works. But you have to like that. If you like more finished and polished, you should get yourself some clamshell findings. You know what, Joan? Funny you should ask about that. I started photographing some pieces today. I'm shipping up a batch of the cabochon pieces up to Dakota Stones because they're going to do all the photography for me and make some nice project sheets. So they're on the way, Joan. It's coming. So on that note, JessieJamesBeads.com. Thanks for sponsoring my video. You guys, thanks always for tuning in. I hope you saw my post earlier where on the front page, you can click on videos to see all the videos we've ever done. All of them. You don't have to scroll through the long list of posts. You can just click on that and you can find, like, I feel like there's probably 130 videos over there. So if you're ever bored, you got a friend in my videos. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. I hope all your Thanksgiving prep and all your planning's going smoothly. Tomorrow I'll be back with Beetalon sponsored video. We're gonna make some autumn mimosas and some like fun little autumn drink and make some drink marker charms, and I'm gonna show you some ideas for things that you can put on your Thanksgiving table. Okie doke. So thanks again for joining me. Have a great rest of your day. I love you. Bye-bye.